Dog, I'm so locked in. I don't got no doors or windows in my house. That's how locked in I am. Wait a minute. Hold on. It was just the door right here. I know it was for sure just the door right here. Who said that? What? Hey, gang. I genuinely cannot wait for weapons. Zach, talk to me, bro. I love Barbarian. I love White as Kids. What happened in 217? What happened in 217? Tell me what happened in 217. Nah, man, but for real though, I'm really geeked for this movie. And like, it's just been in my mind. And because I've been thinking about weapons so much, I've just been thinking about horror and horror movies. And I recognize that like I've sort of built up a reputation for myself on YouTube, or at least, on YouTube, as if, a bunch of people know me. Oh, here on my channel, you feel me? Where do you motherfuckers watch my videos? I feel like I got a reputation as being like a horror guy. You know what I mean? Which is funny because not that I've never disliked horror, but horror has never been like my favorite genre of really anything, like movies, shows, games. But I've always appreciated horror, but it's never been like a huge thing for me. But between the Five Nights at Freddy's video and all of the analog horror reactions, I'm sure that a lot of people are like, this nigga must be a big horror guy. And like I'm sort of stepping into that. I'm sort of stepping into that now. I'm starting to appreciate horror a lot more than I did maybe a few years ago before I started my YouTube channel. And like I said, since I've been thinking about weapons so much, I thought, what if I made a video about my favorite horror movie of all time? You probably, from the title and the skit and the intro, you probably already know what the movie is, but I'm going to bear the lead a little bit. Yeah, man, it's spooky. Who could guess what the movie is? Nah, but my favorite horror movie of all time, at least until Weapons come out, Skinamarink, cuz. Skinamarink, cuz. That movie is... I didn't even, that wasn't like a pause for dramatic effect. I actually just like froze thinking about the movie. That movie is so scary to me. It's actually the scariest movie. It might be the scariest concept I've ever seen. It's honestly, and people about to, I'm already knowing niggas about to hit me with the SpongeBob roller coaster. Oh no. This whole video, niggas about to hit me with the SpongeBob roller coaster, man. Fuck y'all, man. But I was gonna say, like, honestly, between Skinamarink and Mandela, some of the scariest concepts I've ever witnessed in a story, bro. For real, no bullshit. So yeah, man, I'm just about to yap. I guess it's kind of like an in defense of video because most people fucking despise Skinamarink because the average moviegoer is a moron. But I get it. You feel me? I understand why people don't like it, and it's valid. I'm just talking. That was a joke, by the way. What I just said. The average moviegoer isn't a moron. The average moviegoer is a moron, but that's just because niggas are stupid. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm saying, moviegoers are dumb. I'm saying everybody dumb. You know what I'm saying? Before I get into why I like the movie, I guess I'm gonna address, for one, actually, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, if you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend that you watch it. I highly, I can't recommend it enough. Like I said, it's my personal favorite horror movie until, I found out what happened in 217 and that one elementary school disappeared one day. I gotta know what happened to that. But yeah, until I see that, this is my favorite horror movie, so I definitely recommend it. And, have your own opinion. Build your own opinion. If you don't like it, that's cool. Come back and you can see why I like the movie, and maybe I give you a new perspective, or maybe, maybe you realize that you stupid. I don't... I gotta stop insulting people. But for real, like, if you don't like this movie, then I just think you just a fucking idiot. But I'm gonna address why I feel like I haven't read no negative reviews of Skinamarink. I'm just going off of, what I know of people and what I assume to be the case, right? The movie is very slow, it's very quiet, and it's shot very strangely. There's like 2 jump scares in the whole movie, and the movie does not tell you anything. The movie is so, like, not hand-holdy. It's very, I wouldn't even go so far as to say that the movie is abstract. It's just, it doesn't give you all the answers, you know what I'm saying? It leaves a lot to your imagination. and you gotta like, you have to do a little bit of legwork yourself to connect some of the dots and, you know, make your own assertions, which I like. I like that. I appreciate that in horror because I feel like that's where fear comes from. It comes from not knowing, and it comes from your imagination. And as somebody with an overactive imagination, it terrifies the shit out of me. But I can understand why people like, I'm just, you, for 45 minutes, all you see is two white kids' feet. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You see random shots of their house from like super high angled downward or super low angled upward. And you know, I get it. You know what I'm saying? If you a different type of nigga, you go watch that movie and be like, this shit is ass. I'm about to go turn on, you know, I don't know, Scream. Which I'm not shitting on Scream. I just watched Scream for the first time. I liked it. First time being an adult. I probably watched Scream when I was like 6. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, you're going to watch a more straightforward movie, which is valid, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to say why I like the movie. Like I said, one more time, we about to get into spoilers. I guess I should probably explain the baseline of the movie, huh? Like, before we get into the baseline of the movie, like the plot, like the synopsis, right? Is these two kids, they wake up one day, their father is gone, and the doors and the windows to their house have disappeared. They can't leave the house. The phone line is disconnected, or they just get nothing but a busy tone or a dial tone or whatever, and they don't know what the fuck is going on. All right, I'm about now, like I said, I'm about to get into the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes. I'm about to get into all that. I'm about to step deep into there, you feel me? So if you haven't seen the movie, you want to see the movie, I recommend that you watch it. It's on Hulu. Pretty sure it's also on Shudder. It's a Shudder movie, so I'm pretty sure it should still be on Shudder, but I watched it off Hulu. So, you know what I mean? Or, you know, you could sell the 7 Seas, you know. They didn't pay me for this. So, if you want to sell this, I would say stream it because I think you should, you know, support the movie. But, you know, I know you say, hey, if you like something, you should support it through the legal channels. And motherfuckers go, oh, you're a bootlicker. And I'm like, I'm not saying I'm a boot. I'm not, all right. Y'all got it. But all right, like I said, though, this your last spoiler warning, my nigga. I just can't imagine being one of them kids, man. I think the main thing that gets me about that movie is that it feels like a memory that I had. The movie takes place in 95. That's 3 years before I was even born. But the feeling of being at the crib by yourself, because, you know, I ain't about to get on here and start trauma dumping, but, you know, single parent household, my moms didn't always have a babysitter. Sometimes, nigga, I had to be up in the crib by myself. And it just, like, you know, that feeling of you being 6, you know, or younger, I guess. They was, like I said, they was like 4 or 5 in the movie, but in that age range where, like, you kind of understand shit, but you obviously don't understand much because you've only been alive for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, however many. Being alone by yourself is so scary because it's so much that you don't understand and it's so much that you don't know, and it's like you can't rationalize things because your brain isn't fully developed, and it's just so fucking fearful and terrifying. At least that's how I remember it when I was that young. So the movie really brings out, it invokes that feeling in me. Watching these kids like just kind of bumble around confused, like, where's dad? You think he's with mom? I don't want to talk about mom. Can we watch like a cartoon? Like, it's just, I'm just like, man, I've been in them kids' shoes. I've been in them kids' PJs, them pissy pajama pants. I've been in them. You feel me, man? So that's like that. That's the one reason. It's just it takes me back. Watching that movie takes me back to when I was a scared and confused child, looking around my house like, where is my mama? When is my mama coming home? I know she coming back, right? Like, I know my mom, she wouldn't leave me in the house by myself. And then you sit there for hours looking. Was it just me? Am I pussy? Nigga, I'll be looking at the door like, I know my mama gonna come through this door eventually. She gonna come through this door. But yeah, I definitely felt that feeling of like being an anxious, confused, scared, and alone child. So that's one of the major reasons why the movie connects with me personally. But also, it's like the feeling of helplessness, right? Obviously, that's a big component of horror, is helplessness, because that's what creates horror. Like, being in control isn't scary. Having control taken away from you is the scariest thing in the world. So being like watching a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old being tortured by like some otherworldly entity that has like complete dominion, complete control over their house, their livelihood, their being, and them just being confused. They don't know what the fuck is going on. That's terrifying. It's the most terrifying thing in the world. Like imagine you've been held captive. You're being held captive by God. The monster at some point straight up tells Kevin, like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to, little nigga. So you should follow orders. Your sister didn't follow those orders, and her ass don't got a mouth. And she must scream. Did I just make a connection, cuz? Nigga, the monster is M. I mean, basically, torturing a bunch of humans for indefinitely. Dang. No, that's this is not even a bit. I made that connection right now. That's crazy. But nigga, what? But look though, bro. That shit just crazy, man. And it's like it makes it even more it makes it even more sad and scary because they're kids. They're so confused and they don't understand shit. And it's like I can't imagine, like it's just watching 2 vulnerable children be tortured, genuinely tortured indefinitely. I don't know, bro. I think you gotta be like a golem to not like feel that shit, man. You have to be an automaton. You have to be a fucking clanker to not feel the pain that these kids go through. Like the fucking you know what I didn't realize until I rewatched. Like I said, I only watched the movie twice. I watched it once when around when it came out, and then I just rewatched it last night. I didn't realize that the monster or whatever entity, what the fuck, Skinamarink, whatever the fuck you want to call that nigga, he was already talking to Kevin. I didn't realize that the reason Kevin fell down the stairs was because the fucking thing told him to. So I'm rewatching the movie and I'm like, the fucking entity was already in the house. Then I'm like, did the entity take the mom? Man, I don't know. Niggas like, this movie sucks. I'm like, nigga, man, that shit is nigga. But yeah, bro, back to like the feeling of helplessness and just watching these kids basically just squirm, just scared and alone. Being at the whim of this monster. The fucking scene with the fucking knife, man, the utility knife. Hearing that little boy cry. Man. Hearing that little boy stab himself in the eye and cry in pain after the fact. Fuck y'all, man. Y'all can SpongeBob roller coaster give me, nigga. I don't care. That shit is. Then, oh my God, bro. Bro. The scene where the fucking monster. My interpretation is that the monster, whoever Kevin was talking to, like the 911 operator, was a real 911 operator. I think that the monster like opened up like a wormhole, however the fuck you want to describe it, however the fuck you want to, justify it or whatever. He let him use the actual phone to make contact with the outside world and then yanked it from him at the final second. And then when the fucking toy roll out, and that nigga Kevin just say, you did that. Fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all, man. You hear me? That's my movie, cuz. I'm about to start crying. Hey, man. You a soulless, heartless bastard. If you don't think that movie's scary. You are a soulless, heartless bastard. If you don't think that movie is scary, bro, nigga, bro, when the monster tell Kayla to come upstairs and she see her dad, she see her mom, she hear the sounds of the bones cracking, and then they tell her to go back downstairs. She goes downstairs, and like, them kids acted their ass off. Them kids acted their fucking ass off, and you couldn't even see their fucking faces. When Kaylee sits down, and Kevin says, "What happened upstairs?" And she says, "Help me move the couch." I'm gonna get the kids out of there. I'm gonna get the kids. I'm gonna get the kids out of there. I'm gonna get them kids. Nigga, I'm gonna get them kids out of there. Do you hear me? I'm going to get them kids out of here. Do you hear me? Me, nigga. Me. I'm gonna find some way to get into that house. And I'm gonna free them fucking kids. I'm gonna put Kevin on my back. And I'm gonna scoop Kaylee under one arm. And I'm just gonna Kool-Aid man, boom, through a wall. Cause like, bro, just imagine that. Imagine being 4 or 5. One day, your parent goes missing. Every entryway to your house disappears. You can't explain that. There's no way for you to explain. You're 5. You're a grown man, an adult, couldn't explain that. So imagine being a 4-year-old, being like, what do we do? And then the monster is constantly fucking with you. Motherfucker deleting the toilet. For what? Why? You just embarrassing these children. Motherfuckers transforming into chairs on the ceiling and shit and just watching them. They watching the chair watching them. We should be quiet. Just the feeling of helplessness. You already, as a child, you already got an innate feeling of helplessness. Because you fucking baby, you a kid, you don't know shit. Something happened to you, you ain't gonna have the wherewithal to get yourself out of whatever situation. So if it's not for your parents or some other well-meaning adult around, you cooked. But now it's no well-meaning adults, you don't have no access to no well-meaning adults, you can't even go outside, and there's a fucking ghost monster entity just fucking with you over and over. Then, like, imagine it from Kevin's perspective. One day, your fucking sister just disappears. You go and try and find her, you see she ain't got no fucking mouth, she ain't got no fucking eyes, and she like, Kevin, it's weird. It's so weird. Ah! I'ma say them kids. I'ma say them kids. And they in there for years, bro. Years. They did what was the times? The time jump was like 500 days. Oh my God, bro. And the fucking thing is just killing them on repeat. It gets to a point where the fucking thing doesn't even have fun playing with them no more. It just kills them over and over. I'm about to cry. Y'all think I'm hamming it up for the video? I'm not. I'm really about to start crying. Nigga, Kevin said, "Can we watch something happy?" Hey man, cut the fucking cameras, man. Man, and look, this is my personal interpretation. I don't know. I think I believe that this may be like the message of the movie, like what the writer director, what's his name, Kyle Edward Ball. I think this is what he was trying to say, but I don't want to put words in the author's mouth. This is my own personal interpretation, but I think that the monster entity is clearly also a child, or at least it has the mentality of a child. And it actually transformed those 2 children into toys and their house into a impenetrable toy box. And you see, and I feel like that's reflected in the way that the monster actually plays with like the Legos and the toy foam. And it's that one shot where it's a bunch of Legos like it's either on the ground or on the ceiling. I don't the shot is strange, so I'm not sure. But you see like it's a pile of Legos, and I'm like, they use the toys and the cartoons so much to show how the monster is learning and how the monster is evolving and how it's like fucking with the kids. And I'm like, it's watching cartoons, playing with toys, it wants to play with these other kids. I'm like, this entity is clearly also a child. But it's like a sociopath fucking god of this like pocket dimension or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it's evil as shit. And it's ruining the lives of these two innocent babies. We gonna free Kevin and Kaylee. Do you hear me? we go free Kevin and Kaylee, man. That movie is truly the embodiment of being a scared, helpless child. And that feeling is, to me, is the scariest feeling in the world. Being a confused, scared, helpless child. Just a hapless baby. And you don't have no choice but to die over and over and over. That's a fucking scary movie. That is a terrifying movie. That's my favorite horror movie of all time. And if you don't like it, kill yourself, man. I gotta stop saying that shit. But yeah, man, I just yapped for like 20 minutes about Skinamarink. I hope you liked it. I hope you watched the movie. I hope you liked it. If you didn't watch the movie, or if you hadn't watched the movie before this video, and then you watched the movie because of this video and you didn't like it, I'm not gonna say what I want to say because I just said I'm not gonna say it no more. But you know, if you hadn't already watched the movie, but you watched it because of this video and you enjoyed it, my nigga, dap me up, okay, yes sir, nigga, that's my nigga, okay, you woke, nigga, you woke. We going to see weapons? We going to see weapons, right? Okay, nigga, all right, for sure. All right, man, I'm done yapping, bro. Maybe I'll talk about some more movies, some more horror movies. I don't know, movies in general. I like movies. I've been watching a lot of movies. Follow my letterbox. I'll put my letterbox in the description if I remember. But follow my letterbox. I'm gonna follow niggas back because I need more movies to watch. But yeah, man, if you like the video, share it if you want to share it. Subscribe if you ain't already subscribed and you like the video. We come with videos all around this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Also, I probably take this and put it in the middle of the video where the viewer retention is probably higher. But I just dropped 2 songs. I'm about to drop a mixtape. You know, you probably don't give a fuck. This video is sponsored by me. It's actually not sponsored by nothing. I just wanted to say that I just dropped 2 songs. Yeah, I'm something like a rapper now, I guess. I don't know. Niggas like lame motherfucker. Fuck you. Listen to the song, bro. They out now in the description. 24 frames. Ramen. Need all my bitches brown skin. Gerudos. Hanging with the beast and the stars. Naruto. Believe it. You can never catch a nigga like me hanging by you. And this summer, I ain't perfect, but I'm getting better. I drew up the blueprint, I follow it down to the letter. They gon' know the things I did this summer. Sarah Michelle Gellar. Any nigga acting like a bitch get put down, old Yeller. And we talking about horror movies. This summer, I wrote this summer after I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer, the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. And just go, I would appreciate if niggas go listen to the music. The links will be in the description and in the top comment, or they'll be in one of the comments, I don't know. But yeah, do me a favor, go spin those. The mixtape coming soon. Mixtape, you know, sometime. I'ma holler at you niggas, gang. I don't got. I'm trying to think. What can I say, bro? What's like a funny like in line for my video for this video? Skinamarink. I can't think of shit. So kill yourself.